Hey guys, welcome back to the Roman Roads YouTube channel. I'm Roman.
And I'm Rhodes. It's hot as hell today, ain't it?
It is. Heat is reaching record temperatures here in South Texas.
Third year of world record breaking records of record heat hot keeping.
Yes, and throughout all the Southwest. So we're talking about the heat.
Worldwide too, man.
Yeah.
Got special dust covering us from Africa, Sahara Dome over Texas.
I didn't hear about this. But what's that? What's that?
Dust
have to do with anything?
There's because there's dust from the Sahara Desert, and it's real fine. It's more like a flower almost, and like the wind's blowing it in. Now it's good for the oceans. It has a lot of nutrients in it.
Okay.
Also, the way it I guess I wasn't paying too much attention here, but basically it prevents storms from forming. I guess the way it keeps the heat super separate, it doesn't allow things. I don't know. Sciences. Well, once it gets over the land, it messes with your allergies. It's super fun. Even if you don't have allergies, it's gonna get in your eyes. Also, it keeps the heat in over cities. Texas, especially, is experiencing a big heat bubble. That's because it can't release any heat because it bounces up, it comes back down because of the sand. But it also prevents storms, which unfortunately prevents rain. But fortunately, we've had there's been a lot of tornadoes lately, and we're missing that because we got this big dust cloud over us, making it super hot.
I guess there's the upside to it.
Yeah, and also it's whenever it finally moves down, it'll be moving down south to South America, and it'll feed the rainforests and such.
Oh, it's
nutrients.
That's so good. But we have to deal with this heat. That's the thing. I know in Burnett, Texas, today
Burnett.
It was.
Everybody's heard of Burnett, Texas. There's all those great things and those great people that come from Burnett, Texas.
Well, it was 110 today over there for those poor people.
It's not enough to do something hot. There's something called a wet bulb effect. Have you heard of that?
No.
Well, basically, the humidity is so high around the world right now that it builds up on you, and you don't get a chance to, whenever you sweat, it's not going to evaporate off you because there's so much humidity in there, so it stays on you, building up the heat. So the only way to truly keep the heat off of you is to have water that's colder than you and wash it off, or be in constant air conditioning. And it's super serious. You can create a lot of heat stroke if you're elderly. Even if you're strong, even if you're healthy, that just means you could survive it. But it could still cause a lot of brain damage and cause cognitive issues because our brain's basically a computer. You got to keep it cool, man. Shave your head. Everybody should shave their heads.
That would help with the cooling, of course. I think
it would.
And this is one thing. I'm walking around San Antonio after work and stuff.
Oh, man, it's gotta suck right now.
And I have to wear black for work.
Why, you're in the back?
Nobody sees uniform. It's the uniform
is
thing.
It though?
It is the uniform thing. And it's so hot, man. Yeesh. And I don't know how these people can do it. I see a lot of construction workers outside, a lot of people doing work on the roads.
It's so bad.
And, that's one thing. You be very careful. And I think, people say it all the time. Stay hydrated. If you're feeling sick, get in the shade or whatever. But can't stress us enough. Unfortunately, I know of a man who, I think it was the last year or the year before, passed away from heat stroke. He was working up, working on his house.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so it's very possible. So just keep safe. And it's the other thing too, having my daughter, 5-year-old, sometimes we do a lot of running around, going out to do things.
Stop exercising.
Well, or even just walking around trying to keep them busy throughout the summer, with your kids. This heat doesn't really help much.
You're gonna go to SeaWorld.
We do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shade at SeaWorld, but sometimes yes.
The trees grew out since we were there last. We were kids. Yes, I remember walking around and when chanclas burning the tips of my feet, my huge mutant feet that I had at the time, just my toes crawling over the edge of my chancla.
I remember that feeling. Yeah.
Nice.
Is there anything you do to beat the heat?
Oh yeah, as little as possible.
As little as...
Do not move. You got to keep your heart rate down. You got to shower. Don't dry off. Spread eagle everywhere. Also too, here's the thing. If you're wearing layers, you wet the under layer and you keep the top layer dry, and it helps cool you off. It has a little bit of an air conditioning effect. That's a Middle Eastern technique, Saharish. You would think dressing in layers would be stupid, and normally it is, but there's a thing about you wet the inside, you keep it damp.
It's what my father always did whenever he would mow the lawn in the heat.
Fancy.
Always, layers.
Nice. I would have done it at night, but
he didn't have the time to do it at night. He had to do it.
Take it serious, man. I work with a guy, and he was doing power washing, right?
Yeah.
And it made it nice and fresh. Now, this guy is a ginger. It means red hair, freckles, super light skin.
Easy to burn.
Yeah, very. And his lips were chapped as hell. The moisture was pretty high, and his skin just looked like a fish that had been fried too long already. Just like instant. You watch the melanomas form. I'm so bad for him. It's like, yeah, man, don't. I'm not stronger than the sun. I don't need to be machismo about it. You can get inside, cool down. The sun, man. No, it wins at everything. It's rounder than I am. I can't beat it. It's got those aerodynamics. It could come at me too quick. What about you? Beat the heat?
Try to stay inside. Try to get in cool.
I try to go to places with air conditioning. Like on the way home, it's like I'll just stop here and wait till the sun goes down.
That's the thing. Lately, this past week, I've gotten home. After work, after running errands, I get home and I just feel drained of energy. Don't want to do anything.
Who's Aaron? Why are you running him so hard? Give him a break.
Because he needs to get the work done, man.
Nice.
But
electrolytes. That's the other thing too. People don't know if you drink a good amount of water before you're thirsty. I learned that a while ago. On top of it fixing your appetite, like if you're hungry, have a cup of water first and see if that helps you. If you're not thirsty, drink water. You have to drink it before you're thirsty because then it takes like 30 minutes to get into your system, in which case it could be too late. Also want to keep your electrolytes up, which means try and drink, like, I think if you drink like anything like Powerade, Gatorade, you need 2-to-1 ratio of water to any aid that you're getting in you. So if you have like 1 aid, you need 2 waters. Right?
That's interesting. I never heard that, but that kind of makes sense.
Because otherwise you're gonna too much. It's like the salt's too high in there. So you could always buy like baby Pedialyte or the light Gatorades. That's supposed to be like not as salinated. Also, there's pickle juices out there. There's some that are like added with extra. Oh, a lot of the Mexican drinks have electrolytes in them, like those blue cans that you see at the store. They got like fruits on the side and stuff.
Like the fruit nectar.
Yeah. Also, I found watermelon. A couple bites of that, super refreshing. Somehow it kills cottonmouth like that.
Here's one thing that I heard. You freeze a watermelon and you slice, and you have like watermelon popsicles. And that
slimy watermelon popsicles. I've done that before. Really? It was gross. But yeah. Well, maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I didn't do it right. Keep in mind my house is super hot, so maybe the fridge just couldn't get that cold. So maybe another shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's fruits and vegetables that help electrolytes supplied, man. Also, you could just drink salt water. Don't drink salt water.
Do not do
that. You'll die. Interestingly, like you hallucinate, right? Like a really crazy stuff.
It's not very interesting.
I've heard from their perspective. I heard people say like crazy nightmarish things. It's like everything just becomes like a living nightmare. Like they said, like everything colors get extreme. Why would you
want to go that
I didn't say you wanted to. I said it'd be interesting. Yeah, interesting. It doesn't have to be positive. A's.
Stay hydrated.
Stay high.
Stay in the shade.
Zig
Be safe out there in the heat. Come back to our YouTube channel when you can and watch our new videos. We'll have some new videos up. Some more food videos
Don't
coming
forget
at
to check out Thumbs Up. It's a podcast I'm on. It's on a bunch of stuff. It's on Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can check it by finding Thumbs Up and put my name Rodez in there so you can find it. It's got a bunch of like cool stuff in the background.
And check out for our new podcast, To the
Anchor,
Tooth.
Spotify. Oh yeah,
same where everywhere. We'll put the links in the description.
We won't, but look for us on anything you got where this podcast. Search my name next to it, Rodez, To the Tooth, Rodez, Thumbs Up. I'm everywhere. I'm great. We love ya.